Hello and welcome to this night's live Kriegspiel game. We're fighting the Battle of Jena Auerstadt, and we're starting off here with General Lannes, who's at the vanguard of the French column, the French army. All right, General Lannes, it's early in the morning. Your men have crossed the River Saale and taken the heights northwest of Jena, and across the way, a little over a kilometer away, you can see Hohenloh's army has also arrived and is arriving and deployed on the hill to your northwest. What are your orders?
Uh, well, just to begin with, I just want my artillery to roll into range and open fire on the enemy guns. I want to keep my infantry back for the time being, just to defend the guns, and I think I will bring my hussars back towards behind my guns in case the enemy cavalry comes forward.
Okay,
And that'll be all.
got it. Thank you. Let's see, who else do I have? All right, General Augereau, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. It's 7:30 in the morning. You have crossed the River Saale at Jena behind General Lannes' 5th Corps. You are now to the south of him, southwest of him, and you can see elements of the Prussian General Hohenloh's army to the north. Part of your division is, I guess, the right flank is on the road to Weimar, but the rest at the moment's in line, kind of on the heights west of Jena. What are your orders?
So I can see the Prussian army in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hold here on the road and wait for 7th Corps to start its advance on the road.
Wait, you are 7th Corps.
Oh, that's right. I am 7th Corps. I mean 5th Corps.
Okay. 5th Corps is north of you. 4th Corps is east of you.
4th Corps is east of me. 5th Corps is north of me. And so is the Prussian army just literally straight, let's see, northwest of me?
Yep.
Then I suppose I'm going to, yeah, I guess I'll advance my corps down the road, provided the rest of the army has also begun its advance.
Okay. In column or in keep in line formation?
How far away are the Prussians?
They're about a kilometer away from your cavalry.
Uh, we'll begin in column.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
No worries.
Oh no, you're with. Okay, XTX will get you if you're with Napoleon. I'll let him get your update. Will you, when he comes, has XTX come to you yet?
Yeah, he took my orders to follow the Imperial Guard.
Oh, never mind. Napoleon, any orders from you?
Nah, we're just crossing at Jena and then hooking the immediate right up to Lob's roll, or
Are you staying?
however that's pronounced.
Are you staying with Nay?
Yeah,
Okay, got it. All right, gentlemen. It is 7:30 in the morning. General Hohenloh's army has advanced east towards Jena and found the French crossing there and actually deploying on the heights northwest of Jena, north-northwest. You can see General Lannes' 5th Corps. And your advance guard says they see Augereau's 7th Corps also further south. What are your orders? Hello?
Well, Hohenlohe doesn't have a mic, and I'm the CIC, so I'm not directly commanding the
Oh,
units. I just told him what
okay.
to do. He'll
Oh,
be writing
hello.
this panel.
Type quickly. I'll read what you say. Do you need a channel to talk with each other then?
Yeah, that's why I was pinging you at first, but then I realized there's a chat channel in voice.
Oh, that works. Just use that then.
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta get a mic, Cohen, though. You're killing me,
I
Smalls.
know, I agree.
I normally don't require it, but I may require it because it does slow down things pretty bad. Alright, I'm gonna hop to the umpire channel, but I'll be looking for your orders. Alright.
Okay, let me see, is anybody in range? Um,
No.
nope, by far not.
Okay, is everyone... Bernadotte didn't move. Is he supposed to be moving? Who has... Oh, L. Link... Lukey, did you...
I'm not finding word the Henry guy.
So
Missing a look
Henry...
for
Okay, is up here. This is Henry Wartenberg.
Yeah, no, in the voice channel, I mean.
Oh, did he not show up? He's right there. He's in voice 4. Prince Henry.
Oh, all right, sorry. Yeah, on it.
Does anyone need help moving stuff?
Oh, 1 second. Let me talk to Suit one more time. Suit is in charge of Napoleon as well, right? Or who's in charge of like Napoleon's piece?
The artillery?
Yeah, and like the Emperor Napoleon himself.
I mean, Napoleon's in charge of Napoleon. He said he wanted to stay with Ney, though, so... He's right there.
Yeah. So is Napoleon in charge of the artillery, or is that Suits?
This artillery?
Yeah.
I don't know. If he says he's in charge of it, then yes. It was Napoleon's, but he could assign it to someone, so if he says he's got the reserve artillery, then sure.
But yeah, so I talked to Suit. He just wanted to, move down the Weimar, and the other two guys just want to follow him. But I'm not sure what to do with like Napoleon himself or the pack artillery.
Just leave him, and Napoleon's staying with Ney, so we're good.
Okay.
Alright, and then this guy's going down the road. That doesn't seem right. No, maybe it is. Yeah, those are all pretty easy. Oh, I gotta read Hohenloh's orders. Oh my gosh. Personal guard withdraw backwards. 4 divisions front should also withdraw. The 2 divisions further south should move towards or by 4. Okay.
Should I show Brunswick from my position? The edge of the French pieces?
So Brunswick should see the artillery in the front, like 3 infantry division pieces.
Okay, because that's a little bit further than 2.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So are we taking new screenshots now?
Well, we're still waiting on. Why is someone sharing their screen? We're waiting on Lukey to come back because he hasn't moved everything.
Yeah. Yeah, my bad.
I started moving stuff for you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I got a little bit caught up there. Or some
I think
communication
everything's
problems.
moved. Okay, I'm gonna delete all the markings. Go ahead and do your
Yeah.
screenshots. It's now 8 o'clock. And if any of your people wrote dispatches, then deliver those to their intended recipient. And make sure when you do the screenshot, make sure to give the time. So you're right.
All right.
0800. And then whoever has Nay XDX, since Napoleon's with him, if you can cover Napoleon's channel and screenshot as well, since it's the same, that would be helpful.
What about Bezere's?
So he's an NPC. Napoleon controls him. So
Okay, so Napoleon has like overall like charge of the army, but then also for the tactical level, he's acting as Bezere.
he commands the guard as well.
Okay. So I do not want to mess this up. Give me a second. Okay, Henry. For the chat, okay, then there's the actual general names used. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
text.
Where's Word?
It just says Henry.
Oh, okay, yeah, great. Okay.
Yeah, crap.
Time right now was what?
8 o'clock.
Or 800.
Alright, and then once you've done your screenshots, you can go get your orders. Your screenshots and dispatches.
Do we always show the whole own infantry or not?
Not always, but in most cases it will, because they'll be compact enough that they should. I mean, if the commander went way away from their own corps, then I wouldn't.
I mean, 2 kilometers, for example.
Yeah, that's fine. You can just show the whole thing.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna go get orders. Alright, General Land, it's now 8 o'clock. Your artillery had to roll forward a few hundred yards or meters to get in range, and just as they start to open fire, you notice the enemy has turned around and is marching north and soon disappear over the other side of the hill. They seem to be withdrawing.
Interesting.
Auerstadt is on the road, marching on the road to Weimar, heading west, and Soult is arriving across from at Jena.
All right. I want my artillery to keep rolling forward and firing. I will join my hussars, and we will be riding out to try and catch the end of that infantry division. See if we can get them to form into square, or at least stay put for a moment under the fear of being ran down by the hussars, in order to keep them in range of the guns.
Wait, say that last part again. You're sending the hussars forward?
I'm sending the hussars forward. We're not going to try and make contact. We're just trying to frighten the enemy into reacting to the cavalry.
Got it. Okay.
So that the guns can continue to shoot them.
Okay. Thank you. All right, General Auerstadt. Your corps gets back into column formation and onto the road, marching west. You hear some cannon fire closer at 8 o'clock coming from the north, French artillery. As you head west, you see the Hohenloh's advanced division, which was the one close to you, has turned around and is marching north away from you. And you have word that Soult is in Jena at the rear of your column. What are your orders?
I've added a dispatch to my channel to be sent to Laon, and then I will... Let's see, I would like the Hussar unit to screen to the west along the road to Weimar, and keep an eye out for Prussian cavalry trying to get around behind us. First Division should come off the road into line and move up that rise towards basically where it says Cospede, just in line there. And then Second Division to come up off the road, up the rise, just behind that tree line where that town is next to 5th Corps' Hussar unit. And ideally, once the artillery is in position close to each other, get them up the hill, just in front of the infantry, and if there is time, have them open up on those advanced divisions moving away from us.
Okay. Got it, thank you.
No problem.
Alright. It is now 8 o'clock. You give the orders to withdraw, which starts to happen. The artillery goes first and is heading on the road north, followed by 4th Division. The rest of your divisions are withdrawing as the French artillery rolls up and begins to bombard your hill. They manage a few hits, but for the most part, you're already across the hill and out of range again before much damage is done.
Good.
And I guess I'll look to your channel. William, we lost him. He's like not even here. I guess give me orders for him, assuming that he's gone.
Wait. Where did he go? He's not.
Probably Discord issues. Just go ahead and give me orders.
Well, listen to his orders first if he submits them.
Yeah.
But if not, Cannon are to continue withdrawing to Hemstedt. Cuirassiers are to go to our left flank, and we continue withdrawing our infantry back to the line between Wirsch and Heiligen to Stabra, with Hermstedt being the center of that line. So our cannon would set up there, and then we had, 3 infantry on the right flank of Hermstedt, the other ones on the...
You're wanting to go to Hermstedt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just continue withdrawing to the Wirsch to set up on the Birkenheiligen-Stabra line with our men. Like that defensive line with cannon at Hermstedt and our Cuirassier on our left flank. What was I going to say? Yeah, and then separately, if for some reason he doesn't return, which seems very unlike him, I think he will, keep me here so that I can command, and don't send me to Rochelle. Otherwise, if he does return, send me to Rochelle.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Combat. Shoot. Do you know? Oh, I see you're moving stuff this time. All right, good.
Wait. What happened? What happened?
Hit Control
My whole
Z.
map. Okay. Yeah, that happens to me often as well when I played alone.
Did you already move Bernadotte more? I can't tell.
Bernadette?
To over.
I did not move him yet.
Okay, I'll move him up.
Is he already in the game?
Yeah, Davout and Bernadotte are both here.
Oh, I don't know.
Wait, don't you have Bernadotte, or is that someone else?
Yeah, well, I was told someone was gonna tell me when he comes in.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he came in, so let me make sure.
You know, yeah. Okay, I'm kind of getting the hang of it now. Was a little much information at the start.
No worries. Hey, I'm sorry, we had some umpire confusion. You've not had anyone visit you yet, right?
No.
Okay, that's my bad. You've basically just been marching up the road anyway, and you're now about to be co-located with Davout, so sorry about that.
Thank you. That's okay.
Yep.
We're just making sure we're at 0800, and now we're gonna go into 0830, right?
Yeah, we're about to be 0830. Bernadotte's going to co-locate with Davout, so I think Langbart can get him. I guess we'll see how Langbart's doing. Or maybe you can take.
Yeah, I think if someone could manage him for at least 1 or 2 rounds more, so I can get the hang out of it better. Than
that's fine. You're doing fine.
Okay.
Okay. Guess that is the only thing that can shoot. But no. Artillery can't shoot this turn.
So that
because
artillery...
they just moved up on the top of the hill there.
Yeah, that's fine.
So they're moving up on Limba and then turn over.
Langbart, Bernadotte and Davout are now co-located, so do you mind doing them together? Is that too much for you?
I can do them together.
If it's too much, we can... Yeah.
Well, I don't expect combat to ensue next turn, except for the artillery cavalry duel.
Yep. Let's see. I think Soult, this whole line hasn't been moved yet. Who has Soult? Do I have Soult? Shoot.
I have Word and I have Rochelle.
Okay, I think
so
it's
far.
okay. Soult, have you been visited yet for orders?
I just gave them.
Oh, okay.
Just typing out a couple dispatches.
Got it. All right. Okay. Would you mind repeating them to me?
Of course. I'm going to turn my column north-northwest and maneuver to end up on Lan's right flank. And I'd like to go have my hussars ride out a little ahead, and I'll accompany them just so I can get a better lay of the
Are you
land.
going through Lobstedt, or are you going to kind of go off the roads that are shown?
I think I'm going to go through Lobstead. I think I'm actually going to go up the hill right in between them because line's right on that hill.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm just going to go right behind his column. So they're literally northwest. That makes sense?
Makes sense.
All right.
There's did Napoleon assign you that reserve artillery in Jena? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Okay. Something you may want to ask about. I don't know. He may have forgotten that he has that.
Okay. I will ask him right now.
Is that you, James?
Yeah, I'm here now.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to ask you. I didn't want to just kind of barge into the voice channel when you were talking to other players. But so, I should just send Besserai's vision into the Napoleon channel, correct? And then he can share vision with Ney for as long as he's attached to Ney.
Yeah. So
I mean, he would for I guess the Napoleon character, he would just use Ney's screenshot,
right.
And then I would send what Besserai sees into the Napoleon channel.
So you would, in your verbal update, if anything's going on for Bessier, you would just say, Bessier sends a courier that says, I'm at this position, or this is what's going on. And then he can give orders to Bessier. Alright, so we're at 8:30. And I think we're ready, so go ahead and do screenshots.
Where's Duke of Brunswick?
Brunswick's up here in the north. Way north.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a carrier for a runner.
So, James, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you see Salt here.
Mm-hmm.
The Cuirassier that's engaged with the French Hussar, it's just over 2 kilometers. Would that be included in his screenshot?
No,
since
I wouldn't.
He might be able to know that the Hussars are fighting.
It's not his Hussar, so I wouldn't.
Okay. So you would just see the friendly Hussars here, but not who they were engaged with.
Maybe you could show the tail end of the friendlies if you want, but.
Okay.
Down here at Rochelle, does he see the Hussars because they're technically behind the hill?
No, I'm gonna say no. Don't show him. And it's 8:30 now, XDX, not 8. By the way.
If the runner would have to be runner from Wurt to Duke of Brunswick, it arrives. It technically is 1.5 runs away. It's like.
Yeah, just to save our sanity.
Just wait one.
No, well, just deliver it. It's too hard to track.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna go get my updates. Alright, General Augereau. So your men move west and then start to deploy off-road to the north. Word from your forward skirmishers is that the enemy continues to retreat northward, and that they observed a small cavalry fight north of Lutzend. Your own hussars report that they have seen an enemy column about a kilometer northwest of it. The column is headed partially on the road to Weimar, but it's headed northeast towards Eiserstedt. And it looks like, the hussars say it looks like it's General Ruchel's corps, first corps. Land's guns to your northeast have stopped firing. Looks like he's still advancing, and that's about it.
Okay. I see. Okay, based on where I'm at right now. Alright. I want my men to... Let's back up. Okay. Pull the 1st and 2nd divisions back down onto the road to Weimar. And I want the artillery to bring up the rear and get them back into column, advancing back on the road to Weimar towards the west. And I need to draft up a dispatch to Lon. Okay. And I believe, actually, it should probably be Lon and the Emperor. So.
Okay, thank you. Alright, General Lon. So your men continue to advance across the fields and plains and farms between Lutzend and Clausewitz. Word from your skirmishers is that the enemy continues to retreat northward. Your hussars go to harass them, but the Prussian cuirassiers countercharge, and oh, you know what? Someone screwed up my thing. Obviously the cuirassiers are generally better than your hussars, so they're not doing too hot. It hasn't been a full-on major engagement. It looks like your hussars are trying to get out. General Soult is arriving on your rear to the east, and that's about it. What are your orders?
Okay. I want my infantry to get to the top of the hill, just get to the crest, and I will go with them to see what's going on. We'll bring the artillery with us, but I would like the infantry to also keep an eye on the cuirassiers. And I want the hussars to try and disengage and fall back towards the rear in between mine and Azureau's corps.
Okay.
Just kind of through the gap there.
Got it. Thank you. I'll move you to Ruschel next turn. It's a bit late for this turn.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right. So the army continue. The main army of Hohenlohe continues moving north. Apparently, they got a little bit confused on their roads. They ended up on the road to Stobra instead of Hermstedt, but they are correcting that and heading to Hermstedt now. The French hussars.
Wait. Do you mean you misunderstood the orders as an umpire and are correcting that on the map?
No,
so we'll get a proper update next
your
turn,
officers.
Or are we?
Your officers took the wrong road. They got confused. Umpires never make mistakes. Your hussars, or French hussars, were sent to harass the rear of your column, and your cavalry commander, your cuirassiers, decided to defend and countercharge them, and they've been fighting north of Lutzen Road. And otherwise, your your rear guard, which is now your advanced division, reports that Lan's 5th Corps continues moving up fairly slowly, kind of pursuing or chasing your corps, but not catching it.
Well, my opinion's Hohenlohe, order as you wish, but just order your advanced division and 1st division to change road to Hermstedt because they're still south, and then order your cannon to Hermstedt, continuing on that road, and everyone else continuing on that road. So that your 1st division and advanced division would be between Heiligen and Hermstedt as they advance there. Your cannon advance to Hermstedt, and then everyone else just follow behind. Does that make sense?
All right. Wait a second. Why is the King William right next to my guy?
Because he's moving to Ruschel next turn, so wherever Ruschel is, just move him with him.
Okay. Question. You would down there at Rochelle, you think you would be able to see the hussars now? Were they up on the hill?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would show him the
Okay.
hussars.
Great.
What? About yeah. Love you.
Okay. Nope. That artillery horribly misses.
Okay. Is the person that does Sult here? Yes. Is Sult moving? All these red arrows? No, that's X.
James, what are our rules on 2ICs moving around?
Who wants to move?
Dawood 2 wants to move to his Hussar unit.
Oh, no. Because that means he'd have to have his own channel. No, I'm not doing that. He can move to another player and
Okay.
just be in their voice channel, but no.
Okay. So I will tell him that he can move to Haku, from Haku to Haku, but nothing else.
Yeah.
Great.
All right, XDX. What's Sult doing? Is he just getting on the right side of?
Oh yeah, sorry. So yeah, Salt. He wants to move his general up with lanes, like towards lanes, up like that left-hand arrow. He wanted his Hussar to scout up the road there, not engaging anyone, and he wants his infantry to begin forming up on the right-hand flank of lanes while his artillery comes in behind. And he, said that he's taking control of reserve artillery. Right after that, Napoleon said that he was relinquishing control of the reserve artillery to him, so it's kind of good they did that at the same time.
Okay.
And
Where's Bessier
yeah.
going?
Besseret is going to be turning to the northeast up towards Lippstadt, I think, and Ney is following them. Murat is doing a 180. He is turning around and then he is following up the riverbank towards Weimar. He sent in his channel, a picture of it.
He's going north to Weimar.
Yeah, he's turning around and going up that riverbank towards Dornberg.
Oh, Dornberg.
So I guess I don't know if this is their intention or not, but it kind of looks like they're kind of meeting back up on the north of the forest.
Yeah.
I could be wrong though.
Well, he's cavalry, so let's just give him a little boost. Why don't I? Since it seems like all yours are taking the longest, I'll take Murat from you.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's fine. You have a lot. So I'll take Murat. That should help you be faster. I don't think we have combat yet. It's a whole lot of cat and mouse. All right. So now it is 9:00. Go ahead, do the next turn.
All right. 9:00, and I'm sending pictures, right?
Yep. So now I have Murat.
All right, and Sult and Lons are next to each other, so I dragged them into the same channel.
Yeah,
right?
drop them in the same. I'll do it. I just did it.
Okay, thank you.
And then William and Ruschel are together.
Also, Bernadotte is now separate again, so whoever has him.
Yeah, he's already in his own channel. So Bernadotte.
Yeah, I already moved him, but
Okay.
so orders are taken and a screenshot is given to him. So.
Oh, you already
Okay,
gave.
and Barat has sent a dispatch for from 8:30, by the way, now.
Yeah, I got that. So Langbart, do you need someone else to take Bernadotte?
Yeah, it would be good if somebody else took Bernadotte.
Okay. Lukey, if you can take Bernadotte back again. He's up here in the north.
Okay, which one are his units?
It's the one.
The infantry is stretched out behind him. He relinquished control over the cannons.
All these.
So it would be the 3rd Division is not his.
Correct.
Like those.
Oh, okay. Is the artillery his?
The artillery was his. He relinquished control of it.
Oh, okay.
Also, so now that Sult is up on the hill, can he see further? Like, is like the hill next to him still blocking his vision?
Well, I don't. Oh shoot, we should have. Here, you keep Murat, and I'll take Sult since he's together with Lon. I already have Lon.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, that's fine. So I'll do Sult now. You do Murat. Sorry for jumping around.
Let's see what have we for dispatches.
Bernadotte already got his picture, right?
Let's see. Brunswick has a dispatch to Eugen. Where's Eugen? Find Eugen.
And then whoever is doing Ruschel, can you do William as well? Because they're together.
James,
Yeah.
where's Eugen?
Eugen? Oh, Eugene.
Uh,
Prince Henry Eugene. That's the Württemberg. That's this guy.
uh,
Up in the north.
so it should also get to him like this turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. So who has Ruschel? I think it's you, Lukey. Can you do Ruschel? I mean, sorry, Williams. Screenshot since they're together. Is he already gone? Yes, he is.
Just a question. Does artillery being at heights have a bonus?
It have a little range bonus.
Yeah. Okay. Because he's asking me the range that it has, the artillery. I just say 1 kilometer.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
Okay.
over here with Murat, his cuirassiers are well beyond 2 kilometers behind him. Would he be able to see his own cuirassiers? Because I mean they are information still.
Yeah, if it's just in column behind him, it doesn't hurt to show
Okay.
the whole column. All right, gentlemen,
James.
you are obviously together. Soult has arrived, and his corps is still marching up, arriving on your eastern flank. As you crest the small hill and look over towards the small village of Altengon, you can see that the Prussians are still on the march heading north. Your hussars have disengaged with their cuirassiers, and no really sounds of battle anywhere.
Are the Prussians withdrawing in good order, or are they hustling away? Can we tell anything from that?
Good order. They're pretty well organized.
All right. General Lon?
Yeah. So I'd like my corps to just full steam ahead, try and make it to the top of the next hill, and engage any Prussians that they can. I'll have my hussars come forward to pin down the Prussian cuirassiers so that Soult can use his hussars to harass the rear of the enemy division.
And I'm going to have my hussars charge and see if they can get the tail end of that second division brigade that's running off, and I'm just going to continue to bring my corps up to form up on Milan's right. And I've taken command of that reserve artillery brigade until the boss tells me it's not mine, and so I'll continue to deploy with mine. I'd like to get my artillery up on the heights also.
Got it. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, James.
All right, General Augereau, your corps is back on the road and marching west. No sounds of fighting anywhere, really. Your hussars report that Ruschel's army continues to head northeast and starting to be lost from sight behind the hills. And they've gone beyond Auerstadt, further north. What are your orders?
Okay. what I'd like to have happen. Okay, I'd like the Hussar unit to go off the road towards that town is Kochskow.
Mhm.
Kotiskow. Um, I'd like the army to also make its way towards Kotiskow and uh, proceed in that direction. Because if they're moving northeast, then I'm assuming that they're going either towards in the direction of Dornberg or Hermstedt. But this puts us behind them. So I want to just keep advancing, going in that direction with the intent of leaving the Weimar route and going to Kochskow.
Okay. Just realized I forgot to do your dispatches. I'm doing that now. All right, thank you.
No worries.
All right, Prince Hohenlohe. So your orders to deploy near Altengon have gone out. That part of your army is on the other side of the hill, so you can't really see them. The rest of your artillery and the rest of your divisions are arriving in Hermstedt, along with you and your personal guard. To the west, you can see Ruschel's corps arriving at Wirzenheilen, and I think that's about it in terms of orders. No sounds of fighting anywhere. I'll look for your orders in your channel. Oh, I see you already wrote them. That was fast. Okay, I'm gonna read it. Make sure I understand it. Oh, okay. Got it. I got your. Got it. Thank you. Let's see.
James, I've finished my orders, but Murat is missing, so I can't ask him what his orders are. Like he's deaf and muted in his channel.
Oh,
Like I finished mine, my other
just.
two.
I
a
mean, you
little
got
while
his
ago,
old
just
orders,
so.
so just keep moving him up to Dornberg.
All right.
If he doesn't show up again, like he's permanently gone, we've got backup. We could send someone to be him.
Okay. I mean, I think I can handle Salt again if you want to.
Well, they're all together, so that's not hard for me to do. Did you already move the guard in Ney? It looks like you did, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was just keeping the arrow there because I'm keeping in mind that he wants the Hussar to like get up to the rise eventually.
Okay.
So what's going on with the Prussians over here?
They're kind of withdrawing to a more consolidated position. I think they're going to make a stand here on this hill at Irmstead. I don't know. I guess there's an arrow for Ruchel. Is he going north? I think they had plans to like combine in the center. I don't know if they're still doing that.
I mean, if the Prussians don't, withdraw quick enough, I can see Egero down here being able to get, flank him.
Yeah, he's coming quick. Ojiro can hit him hard.
I think this is a very interesting scenario because I mean, like, you have, that the Prussians seem to have the advantage in the north, but in the south, there's so many French that I mean they kind of have to capitalize on it pretty quickly.
Yeah. Do you need help moving anything, Lukey?
I'll catch up. Just give me 1 second.
No, you're fine.
All right. And now the last one.
I guess I gotta roll this combat again. Where's Henry of Württemberg going? South?
Yeah, he's trying to go to Zula. He has commanded his advanced divisions, one artillery piece, and his first division to go to Zula. The rest is to remain in Auerstadt.
Okay.
So it seems like they are trying to meet up in the center, the Prussians.
Maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Well,
Right.
the south is retreating just north.
Alright, it's 9:30 now. Go ahead and do screenshots.
Okay. This is Rochelle. Great. 9:30, you said, right?
Yep, 9:30.
Great. If his dragoons are down at the river, he cannot see them though, no?
Who, where, what?
Henry Wirt. Does he see the
No, I wouldn't
Okay.
show, because this ridge here would block his view, so I'd just go to the top of that ridge.
Yeah.
And is William still with Ruschel?
Oh, sorry, it's 0930, right?
Yeah, 0930. There we go.
How long would it take to get that dispatch somewhere? I'd say 3 turns. Have to remember.
All right. Ready for orders.
All right, generals. So, the Hohenlohe's army, at least portions of it, you can see 3 divisions, have formed line north of Altengon and are holding there. Soult's hussars rode up the road to harass what was the column, but as they arrived, they saw the line formation and did not charge. Lannes hussars did charge the cuirassiers, and they are battling again in and around that town there, and not doing too hot. And I think that's about it.
And are we correct? There appears to be no artillery in view at this point from the Prussians.
Very perplexing. No sight of their artillery at all.
All right. Well, I'm going to bring my artillery up, all 3 batteries. I just assume command of that reserve one, and I like to form on the top. But what is the range of artillery on this map, roughly?
Kilometer. So right now, the very front of Lannes' line is a little over a kilometer away from where their line is.
All right. Well, I like to deploy my artillery so that we can start to take these guys under line. And I think Lon and I would like to kind of form a grand battery with our collective 5 batteries we have coming up. And then my infantry will deploy to support the batteries. My hussars will move off to the east and just kind of hold my eastern flank.
Got it. Lon?
I would like to commit my 2 batteries to the Grand Battery, just kind of on this hill within range of the western portion of the Prussian line. I'd like my hussars to ride back to Lutzen Road, and I'd like 1st Division to deploy to the left of the battery and start firing at the cuirassiers as soon as the hussars have retreated. 2nd Division will form up behind the battery in order to support it and prevent them from being captured if they are attacked.
Got it. All right, thank you. All right, General Augereau. So, you and your column continue moving down the road. Your hussars and their scouts report that the enemy continues to march northward. You can kind of see the tail end of the cuirassiers in your screenshot. Yeah, it seems like the Prussians don't want to fight.
All right. 2 things. I'm wondering whether or not my column with where it's currently at, because it looks like they are just behind this rise, whether I can order them to halt here just a moment until that cavalry just gets away, and have my hussars head back east along that road and then draw back over the hill as if they're falling back towards, as if the column was not really behind that hill. And then once we're sure that cavalry is out of sight, proceed back along the road towards Weimar. Okay. And I've got a dispatch right here.
So keep heading to Weimar?
Yes.
Got it.
With the plan of concealing this corps from enemy eyes. Once the cavalry does their little feint back around, they can head back towards the front of the columns.
So the cavalry's kind of feinting that you're still following them.
Yeah, I want the enemy cavalry that can no doubt see my cavalry to think that my corps is somewhere back towards where the rest of the army is. Basically, having the hussars move along the road towards Auerstadt and then head southeast back towards the road over the hill, and then they can then head back up the column back towards the front.
Got it. Okay.
On the opposite side of the river. All right, you are to set up a defensive line there. All right.
All right. So an update. So obviously King William is back with you, General Hohenlohe. Your divisions have deployed as ordered. The first division and advanced division are in the front line and report the enemy continues to advance towards them. Your cuirassiers report that they are engaged with enemy hussars, but doing well in that fight. And I think that's it. Yep. And I guess
How far around do our front divisions report the enemy is?
a little over a kilometer away.
Oh, yeah. Then continue withdrawing. Well, you don't have to worry about having any divisions there in order to what the hell guard the rear, because they're around a kilometer away. So just withdraw, and then have your cavalry defend. And as said, go to Eberstadt and Hamstedt. Across the river after Fulda, and just withdraw north. I'm going, and then set up a defensive line at that river crossing. It'll be much harder for them to cross. Meanwhile, Brunswick and the like should be doing very well.
All right, I'll look for your orders in your channel.
Right. Yeah. James.
Mhm.
Is there a river that? Sorry. Is there a road that goes between Clausewitz and Lippen, the place where Napoleon is right now?
There's not one that's
Uh,
shown, but I mean, there's lesser roads that aren't shown. Um,
yeah, because Nate was saying that if there is a road, he wants to head up towards um, Clausewitz, and then from there, um, towards Utenburn, where the artillery is right now. I think.
just have them go that way. It doesn't hurt.
Okay. Uh,
That must be his SRs.
yeah, he wanted to start like up north, I think, towards like Nurkowitz, just to give him like a better view on the ridge here. Or no, just one sorry.
Well,
Like
this
he,
isn't. This is Sulza. Sorry. Where's Bessier
okay.
going? Did he already move?
Yeah, I was gonna say he just wants to keep going north, so I'm gonna do that real quick.
Like that?
Yeah.
And Napoleon's going where? With Ney?
I assume so because they're still in the same channel, but let me go ask him just to make sure.
You know what? I'm gonna give him a speed boost. Make things happen.
Burnett. Okay, I'm almost done.
You're good.
Brunswick. Never mind, it's not my guy.
Langbart, you need any help with combat?
No, they're basically just moving all around, so they are not in range or the guns are limbered.
Okay. I think.
You said
will...
1 kilometer, so 1 grid base for the artillery.
Yeah, I might have some combat in a moment north with Bernadette.
They're charging now? Or next turn?
Next turn.
I am speeding up the French a little bit just to get. This game's gonna be over before anything happens.
All right. Napoleon was AFK at the moment I was trying to reach him there, but I mean, I'm gonna put him with best right for now because that's what Ney assumed he would do. And if next turn I come back to his, oh no, I'm still with Ney, then we can just put it back together.
Okay. Yeah, I'm speeding up the French because otherwise nothing's gonna happen this game.
Are you finished moving the units north?
Oh yeah, I finished all my movement.
Okay.
Okay, it's 10 o'clock. You can do screenshots.
All right.
Right. If they ask me to have a report from the Dragoons up ahead, I give them next turn, right?
No, I mean, who are we talking about?
Henry III.
Henry
It's
Württemberg?
like-
No, you can have him send a report like he's arrived, he's crossed the river and doesn't see anything, basically.
Yeah, okay.
Like Murat to Devout and Bernadette, that would take like a few turns to arrive, right?
Between them, yes. Ish, if you want to try and remember it.
I'm gonna do what someone else had said, was a possibility. So I'm just gonna move forward from where he is right now, mark that on the map, and that way I know. I don't want to have like a visual reminder.
Yeah.
It's chaotic, but somehow I'm keeping up with it. It's fun.
Good.
Yeah, this is fun. It's my first time,
Yeah, mine too. So
umpiring.
it's kind of chaotic trying to understand the orders, but it's fun. It's fun.
Okay.
All right, time for orders.
gentlemen. It's now 10 o'clock. Your grand battery is for the most part formed and has begun firing. Your reserve artillery is still coming up from the far rear. The enemy is retreating a little bit further north to the top of the hill, and they remain at extreme range of your artillery. But your officers are up to the task and doing their best to hit them. Your hussars have disengaged, and you can see Ney now arriving on the right flank of Soult. And that's about it.
And those hussars way off to the on the left of our screenshot. Those are
those appear
French
to be
hussars?
Augereau's hussars, yes. Who knows what they're doing?
Excellent. I think we should advance the guns to get a little closer range and move the infantry up to support them.
I agree. I think I'm gonna take my my corps infantry and I'm just gonna form them up in a block of 4 on the left, and then I'm gonna advance to range to start picking off some of those cuirassiers. If you could move some of your troops behind the artillery to ensure that they don't get overran if the enemy tries a sudden charge,
Yep.
I would appreciate it.
I would move. I'll move 2 divisions behind the artillery, and then the 3rd division will move to the artillery's extreme right. So get that reserve battery up. 2 divisions support the artillery. The 3rd will move to the right, and the hussars will get out of the way of Ney. I like to have them advance to the northwest, at least to the top of the hill in front of them, just so we can see what's going on.
Okay. You got it.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, General Augereau, you make good time heading down the road towards Weimar. Your officers tell you Weimar is only about 6 kilometers away now. Your hussars perform your intricate ruse. Not quite sure if it worked or not, but they did it and are headed back. And you can hear artillery fire now to the east of you, a couple kilometers away.
All right. So the hussars are indeed coming back to our forces now.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. I was like, if they were gone, I'm like, oh, bye guys. All right. So from here, I want the.
Oh, did I? Oh. Hold on. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, no, I gave you a screenshot. Sorry, I was bugging myself out. Go ahead.
All right. So I want the 1st and 2nd Division to kind of loop to the right and head towards Kapellendorf and then back east towards Virgenheiligen. Basically a fishhook maneuver. The artillery's to stay where it's at and like where the road is at Kojiskau, and then head north towards Kojiskau, and that'll keep them on the army's right. The plan is to basically just have the army go up to Kapellendorf, the town there, cross over the hill heading straight east towards Virsheligen, and get in behind what I believe must be the enemy forces at Oltengon. And if the artillery stays where it's at right now in the column and simply goes up to Kochgau, then it'll be in a great position, protected by the army on its left, or its front, kind of, and then it can get into position more quickly, rather than following the whole column up and around in that fishhook maneuver. Okay. If that makes sense.
Yep, I got it. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you.
All right, gentlemen. So you guys move up to the hill. To afford you a better view, you can see half of Hohenloh's army retreating to the north, as well as Ruschel on a separate road. The French have formed quite a large battery and are firing upon your men at extreme range from down in the valley. Most of the shots are falling short or going overhead, but a few do land and starting to suffer a few casualties.
Why wasn't that withdrawn north? Like, did they not receive the orders?
Who?
That half of the army just sitting on the hill.
They were ordered to withdraw to the top of the hill, which is where they're at.
And Lava?
All right. I see he did a screenshot. So he's going to issue orders basically to fall back.
I mean, if they're engaging at extreme. Oh, he meant withdraw them into view, into our view, not us moving into their view. Just Law, just don't or issue orders like that. Just issue orders withdraw north. Withdraw north along fastest roads. That's simple. And withdraw north in the direction of Husdorf. It's fine. They're engaging us at extreme range, so it's fine. And then have your cavalry prepare. So James, he said withdraw into view. Is that what he said? Like,
Yeah, it made it look like he just wanted them to get to the top of the hill and then stop. That's all right. I got it now. All right.
Hey, so if a player says something along the lines of like, "I want my hussars screening or scouting," do I like give them extra vision along where those hussars are, or no? Or can I just like maybe instead of showing them, I just like give them a description of what the hussars would be seeing?
Just describe it, what the scouts report back, that kind of thing.
Okay. Also, Nay, he just recently sent a dispatch, but for 9:45 between turns. Should I just tell him to change that to like 10 o'clock?
He can. It doesn't matter what time he put. Just deliver it. It's all right.
Okay.
Or deliver it the next turn. That is.
Let me tell you, it is very difficult to describe locations with how pixelated the map is. I'll zoom in.
Yeah.
And like if it's on top of a forest, just.
This is probably the most pixelated map I've dealt with. I couldn't find a better one for you. Well, there is the Arcanum map, but that one's got its own issues, so I just went with this one.
I feel bad for Nay. He was so excited to, go north and enter combat with the Prussians that they've already routed.
Well, they're not routing; they just keep retreating.
Oh yeah, that's something like they've completely kind of like tried to leave the battlefield here. They're gonna be gone by the time he gets there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he said, so even if we're not like on the Patreon, we get to like earn a spot in a future game by umpiring, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Any Patreon game, just remind me that you helped umpire and you can get in.
You can write umpire voucher behind your requests. Maybe that gets more people into umpiring.
That's a good idea. How's the combat in the north, Langbart?
Oh, so the French are now shooting some artillery for a change.
Okay. Should this Prussian
somewhat
be
effective?
Firing?
No, they just unlimbered. They were dragged up the hill. So
You have to say it was kind of a shock to learn just how like limited artillery is in this game, because I'd always thought that like especially in the Napoleonic era that the French would kind of heavily used artillery.
Well, the scale of this map is quite large. Is larger than normally what we do. And normally the enemy doesn't just run away like this. So it's a bit.
James, one question here. Can I stack the artillery onto the infantry?
Yeah, you can just put on top of it.
Then I would probably do so, because that would make more sense than what I have now.
All right, I'm done. I'm sorry.
You marked the units there as firing. Aren't they
Yeah.
a little bit far away for
Yeah. I didn't want to
musket?
move them up close completely. They're seeking contact, like they're moving forward.
Oh, they're moving forward. Then just remove smoke there and put them into contact.
Oh, okay.
I assume they only want to move into firing distance.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Do I need to move Marat forward?
This turn when you guys are resolving combat, can kind of tell us like what's going on so we can see, kind of like behind the curtain here how combat works.
Yeah, I didn't really have combat on my end. Luki, should Murat be moved to the west? Where's Murat going? And Ney.
Yeah, everyone else moved. Henry is moving down to Camberg. And
What about
Size up there. James, how would you rule that with the cuirassiers? Should they countercharge if the enemy gets so close?
do they have any kind of orders?
They had the
Yeah, I would just put this cuirassier versus that infantry unit.
cuirassiers should not have a lot of firepower for range, so
No.
should they just stay there? Could they countercharge? Should they
it'd
do
be a
with them?
it'd be a countercharge.
So that means the French fire, and then I roll 2d6 for the cuirassier.
So the French would form squares. They're coming. They'd probably get one turn to shoot at them. So that's a 4. So they get 1 disruption, and then they charge them, which is 2 dice at +2. Oh wait, but they're in square, so there's no bonus. But that's 4 disruption. So about like that.
question. I read they get to shoot before, like I see the second division shoots first, right?
Yeah.
And then the Crusaders attack.
Yeah.
And I think if I remember well, I read that they get to shoot once more before the charge.
Yeah. So then they do 1 more shooting, and they get +1 because they're in square. So that 4 comes a 5, and that's a 6. So the cuirassiers that's 4 more, so they get to broken. Something like that. Are you doing this combat, Langbart? Or...
Yes. The combat is basically done. It was very indecisive there in the middle.
Okay.
A lot of 1s and 2s.
Alright. Well, they just made contact, so.
Oh, I had a question, James. Actually, I forgot to ask earlier from the the instructions that you linked for how you run these games.
Mm-hmm.
I saw artillery gets a bonus for attacking at an angle. What do you mean by that?
So if it's, let's see if there's an example. This is a good. Well, so like if this artillery was shooting into the line like that, where it's, if you think of men in line, like
it would shoot down the line.
Yeah. So
so
the artillery is like crossing like that, so you're gonna have the most chances of hitting people. So it's a little bit more effective that way.
Okay.
Yeah, if it doesn't hit the first guy, hit the second guy.
Does that stack with the flanking bonus?
No, maybe. I don't know. Up to umpires.
Okay.
Did Murat get moved? Is that where Murat's at?
Yeah. Murat was moving to the west.
Okay. I'm gonna move him faster because I want to make things happen.
Okay.
And then Ney
and he wants his dragoon, along this road here, just screening him, giving him reports.
James, can you promote me again? I got disconnected from the server for a moment.
Promoted. Yep.
Do you want me to speed up the guard as well?
Yeah. Just get everyone into action because the Prussians keep running away. Yep. It's 10:30 now. Do the next turn.
All right. Is the combat finished up here?
The combat is finished up there. Let's start there with the screenshot.
Can whoever's green number?
That's me. Give me a second. I'm
Oh.
just doing my screenshot right now.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
No problem. I will move my hand away from there. You'd probably just want to get the edge of that units.
How far does he see into the back of those units? Because he's
Not
kind of like
very.
on the hill, like Bernadette. Like I think he should be able to see at least the rest, the corpse.
Normally not. You have to see there's a lot of smoke going there. So I
Okay.
would give him the edge of the frontline units so he can see what he's fighting, but not very much more.
Okay, but he sees the broken Corsairs.
You can make your screenshots a little bit larger, Lingbart, than what they are.
Okay.
Are mine fine?
Yeah, from what I've seen, they looked okay.
So I'm a little bit larger.
It's 10:30, right?
Yep.
From May.
All right, gentlemen. So the artillery continues to roll forward with the infantry, assault infantry moving in support behind. Lons moves up and advances up the hill. The enemy turns around and starts marching away again. I think the Prussians are scared of you. So they have withdrawn mostly out of sight now on the other side of the hill. Ney continues to advance on your right. And that's about it.
All right. Well, I think we advanced to the top of the hill. I'd like to send my hussars charging into the rear of that first division with two fatigue. And my third division will continue to form on the right and advance up with the artillery.
Okay. Salt.
That was
Oh,
sorry. The other guy.
The other guy. Yeah. As the other guy, I'm gonna put my artillery at the top of the hill, and I'd like my division just to get into range of those cuirassiers and just shoot some of them if they can. The hussars that have kind of been sitting around in Luzon Road are just to continue regrouping and just resupplying and getting back into fighting shape. I will join my corps on top of the hill, pursuing the cuirassiers.
And I'm going to angle over to see if I can get into a conversation with Mr. Ney and Mr. Napoleon.
Got it. Okay, thank you. All right, General Ojiro, your corps executes your maneuver as ordered, and you are now converging on an unnamed town. You can see the Hohenlohe's army east of you is marching north, and I think you can barely see the tail end of Ruchel's army more further northwest, also heading north.
All right. I want my hussars to head east-northeast and try to get a better glance at the disposition of their army. Artillery will fall in behind the 1st and 2nd divisions as they pass through the unnamed town, hang a left heading north, and head down in the valley on that route that's leading towards those other unnamed towns that then I think those lead up to Apolda. So.
Okay. Got it. Just realized I forgot to deliver dispatches.
It's fine. Some dispatches have been delivered. Sorry if this wasn't exactly what you were hoping for, James.
You gotta fight, man.
We're going to the river first and setting up a defensive line at the river, leaving Davout to get crushed. Davout and Bernadotte to get crushed. It's fine. This works.
Sorry, I'm doing dispatches now, and then I'll be done.
I was planning on fighting until they flanked us. You can't blame me if they flank us.
Okay. So, Hohenlohe's army withdraws from the hill, the ridge. They're marching north. The rearmost first elements of First Division are taking heavy artillery fire as they withdraw, but still doing pretty okay. Sorry, let me look at your screenshot. The First Division does report having spotted Murat's cavalry corps to the east of Stobra, coming from the east, heading west. And
Coming from the east?
Yeah.
Heading west? Near
from
where?
from the direction of Dornberg towards Stobra. And then the rest of Hohenlohe's army continues north.
Because it's Murat.
Royal units continue withdrawal north towards Hochstorf. Take positions across the river. This is the river Ulm. What river is that?
Issue your orders to your cuirassiers to go to the other side in order to fight Murat if he tries anything. I doubt they're charging. Well, maybe, but what is with? Can you withdraw in square, James?
Squares move very, 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 very slowly. So not really.
All right. Continue withdrawing. I'm going to stick with you for one more turn, and then I'm going to go north to figure out what is going on. You and I shall move to the other road. Okay.
Which other road? To the east?
Yeah. Hohenlohe and I shall move to the other road to the east.
Okay. Cavalry move northeast to cover first and second. Alright, got it.
And our cavalry shall join with us.
Yep.
And also, I'm going to issue orders to Rochelle's cavalry to cover the withdrawal of the other road, because I ordered Rochelle to give us his cavalry.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like listen to the three generals down there talk. I'm done with my orders.
Yep.
Wait, no, never mind. Oh fuck, I have Murat left. But yeah, just drag me up into this channel when you guys are ready for the next turn.
Okay.
Colonel Murat, what is your orders for your brigades? As you have been marching west, your dragoons let you know that there is nothing to your north that you need to worry about. At least in the foreseeable horizon.
Okay, so let's see here. My cavalry, they'll take a direct turn northwards in a right oblique to outflank the Prussians. The two dragoons behind me will initiate that operation. The dragoons behind the artillery, they have the order to move towards Apolda, off road or the road behind the current cuirassier formation, and the artillery is to continue following the two dragoons that are trying to take out the Prussians. And can we
Which
identify
of the two? The ones that are heading north or the ones that are
the ones
moving
at the
towards?
very front? The ones at the very front will take out the Prussians currently withdrawing, and the ones at the back will go to Apolda and scout the area out. The cuirassiers will also continue following my main formation. The artillery will move with the two front dragoons, and I'll remain with the two front dragoons at Stobra. Can we identify what French corps that is currently southwest of us?
Not yet, no.
Alright, Golden.
You could just make out that the artillery is firing there, and that the hussars have recently engaged with the Prussians there.
Yeah. Give me a second. Clear.
Yeah, I got the.
1 minute, 1 minute.
Okay.
Hey James, I don't think the dragoons would get disrupted that are heading towards Apold because they're told to disengage if they meet Prussians. Like, don't charge.
I'm making them charge.
Oh,
the cavalry commander seeks glory and not orders. I'm just trying to make something happen. This game is going to be over before we have any combat at all. So.
Okay.
The Prussian forces are going on like a wild march for the golden cities of Mexico. Here, I see, and down south looking for someone.
I already rolled that. That's right.
It's been a very action-packed game for Lon and Sult, though, at the very least, right? Like they've been just kind of firing artillery. Alright, yeah, drag me back up when you guys are ready for the next turn.
Okay.
Or never mind.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure about the contact with the Crusaders down there. The Hussars with the Crusaders.
So
the Cuirassiers would retreat because they're broken.
No, those are different ones. So
because they were I didn't move them yet. That's why.
Well, I know, but King William said he took command of them and he ordered them to screen. So they're fighting the Hussars that were chasing.
All right.
So just let
let's see how that.
Yeah.
Let's see how that comes to Ruschel. Someone else told his guys what to do, and they listened to him.
Well, his king did, so he can complain to the king
yeah,
if he wants.
Sure. Okay, his infantry is moving north. Yeah, Should I move Henry's units up a little bit faster? Because he's really hesitant. He's feeling a threat from the west still.
Yeah, you can move him up a
Yeah,
little bit
he
more.
has. Okay.
And then
It'd be
Langbart.
really funny if Henry runs into like the guard and Napoleon himself down here.
Yeah.
What are those arrows mean up here in my combat?
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. The hussars were to flank if they don't find any horse. They're to flank into the first division and the artillery.
So
The
they are
second
charging.
yeah, they're charging. As are they the first division and the second division that were intact. They're charging as well. The bottom, the first division that has a 3 marker on him, he is just continuing fire.
Okay, so that one stays. Good. Oh,
Yeah. So there's two divisions charging and one division just keeping firing. And the second division that was hit with 4 unrest, does he recover 1 unrest? Actually, wait, he's retreating still. So not yet.
Correct.
So next round, if he stays there, he recovers 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna get that far, but yeah. It looks like a carnage down there.
All right. It's now
Let's
11 o'clock.
fire the. I'm not done yet.
No, sorry. South is done. If you have people to the south, you can do those screenshots.
All right. South will do screenshots. Do I show Rochelle the Crusaders that are in combat, or do I just tell him they got
Either way,
other orders?
sometimes it's easier to just show. He probably wouldn't actually see it, but
yeah.
So whichever.
It's information he gets to know.
Yeah, however you want to do that.
Okay. Yeah, I think my guys are done then for now. Just the combat missing up there. And Rochelle. This would be 1100 already, right?
Yep.
Oh.
I guess that is very decisive up there. The Prussians are breaking.
Yeah, all right.
It's 11 o'clock now, correct?
Yeah.
Could you remove your drawings?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, it doesn't look too well for the Prussians here. Do we send already reports 1100 or not yet?
Yep.
I feel bad for Henry. He hasn't seen combat yet.
Yeah,
happens.
Everyone's getting a lot of marching simulator this game because Prussians are running away.
Yeah, sure.
And where they're fighting, they get so hammered.
Yeah, exactly. That is it. Where they actually try to stand, they get destroyed.
Maybe they're smart to run away.
Okay, this is Henry. Actually, I got a dispatch. Okay.
I would have, yeah.
Wait, do we send already the reports or not yet?
Yep.
Okay, this is.
Can we go ahead and start taking orders, or do you want us to wait a bit?
No, if you've done your screenshots and dispatches, go ahead.
Give us a second. I need one more screenshot before my guy up there burned it.
Where is Eugen?
Hey, I'm getting a lot of dispatches here.
Alright, General Nan. So, you and your division and their assault columns move and occupy Ermstead. The enemy, the cowardly Prussians, continue to flee northward. You can see their advanced division about a kilometer away from you, marching away. You also see, it looks like a pretty major cavalry skirmish to the northeast between Soult's cavalry and maybe Murat's cavalry as well. And that's about it.
Okay. I'd like to take the bulk of my infantry, or all of my infantry really, and just push up north towards that road with the Prussian advanced division on it, and see if we can catch the advanced division moving at double time or force march.
Okay.
And then I want to recall my hussars that have been regrouping, so that and have them catch up with the force. And then I'd like my artillery to hitch up so that they move faster.
Got it. Okay. Alright, General Augereau, your hussars move up and run into Prussian cuirassiers who battle them to your east. Reports from your cavalry commanders, it's not looking good. You and your infantry are crossing a small stream heading north, as you can see. And you can see Lan's corps off to the east.
Do we see on the horizon to the northeast towards the northwest, do we see any signs of large infantry movements like dust getting kicked up?
You do see a dust cloud rising to the northeast, yes.
All right. Then the Corps is going to continue through those little towns on the roads towards Apolda, being mindful of apparently a loose cuirassier running around. I don't want my hussars to get gobbled up by them, but I also don't want that thing getting up on our artillery.
Yep.
So I'll just have them skirmish with it and try to move back towards the protection of our lines.
Alright.
Have the Guard Hussar and Ney Hussar flank around to the west of the Cuirassier and infantry, see if we can capture them. When I say west, I mean to the left.
Yeah, west of the current Hussar.
Yeah, to get the Cuirassier and infantry, see if we can capture them.
I'm here for Soult's orders.
So we're just moving straight north.
In line or column?
In column. We want to see if we can catch these guys. Which hussar is mine? Is mine the one with the 2 fatigue?
Yeah, the 2.
All right, we're gonna just charge and capture those broken cuirassiers in front of us.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Ney, what are your orders?
Release my hussars to the Emperor's command. Infantry and
5-6.
Alright, gentlemen. So, you move to the east where you find your rearguard 1st Division and cuirassiers are under heavy attack from French cavalry. 1st Division deploys in a line, or sorry, in a square very quickly, but is being surrounded by French dragoons. You can see more cavalry moving along your flank to the east. I guess I'll read Hohenlohe's orders. William, you staying here?
Yes, but I'm quickly retreating north. We have to make sure I don't get captured, otherwise the battle is lost. I'm assuming that if I get captured, the battle is lost.
Yeah, it probably would be. Yeah. Okay. I'll read Hohenlohe's channel for his orders.
Hey, James.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so letting the horse artillery, it only takes them 10 minutes to unlumber, so they're able to, move up a short distance and then unlumber to fire this route, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Murat's horse artillery there is going to be firing at kind of whatever it can hit here. I think it can hit, the first corps artillery. His dragoons are engaging with the infantry corps behind Hohen and the king, or where the king used to be. I don't know where he is now. Oh, he's already retreated. Oh yeah, his dragoons were charging directly into that infantry. His cursor is directly into Hohen and his infantry here, and he is charging with them. Murat.
Okay. I'll do it this way.
Yeah, the horse artillery specifically wanted to try and cut them off if they were trying to retreat. So do you have fun umpiring?
Oh yeah.
Not this game though.
This game's fun. I just I'm sad because it won't be very decisive before. Cause I'm gonna call it in about 20 minutes, so we'll not have had much combat as I would have liked.
I mean, we might at least get to see Hohen here. Get caught here by Murat and destroyed.
He's about to be.
The king's entire game's just kind of been withdrawn, though. I agree there. So do you just do the morale, or do you also have the strength of the division itself when you're doing combat? Like you personally, I mean.
Well, I'm not doing it here, but when they break, I'll add casualties which affect their strength.
Okay, so you have it more as a kind of a tip over point. You don't really care about the casualties until it reaches a certain point where
yeah.
you.
Because most Napoleonic combat, the casualty is actually pretty small, like 5 to 10%, unless they get captured or are routed entirely and get overrun by cavalry. Mm-hmm. So it's more of a morale thing than a casualty thing.
Okay.
Did Russo leave? Uh-oh.
So as an umpire, if I have time between turns, is it okay to just kind of ask players about what they're doing in the game right now, or should I kind of just wait till the next turn?
No, that's fine if you got time.
All right. I'm gonna go ask King William III about what's going on for his game.
Yeah. Okay, someone saw already. I think Russell left.
Yeah, that's fine. His orders were just get across the river and form, and I'll let William know so he can give orders for him.
All right. William. All right. I give him up, right?
What's that?
I don't umpire to Russell then anymore.
Yeah, you don't need to
Good.
worry about his channel or anything.
All right.
What happened?
He just dropped. He disappeared.
Okay, it's getting an interesting turn route here in the south. Let's see if these units actually manage to do some damage here.
I think the something that's going to happen here is just the complete destruction of a few German divisions while the rest continue retreating north.
Yeah, Hohenlohe is about to get
Probably.
destroyed. It looks like
Yeah.
Brunswick's doing bad in the north too.
It's funny. I was just talking to the guy who's playing as the King William. He's like, yeah, I think he's pushing back the bow in the north. So I think we have that going for us.
No, he's not. He's getting mangled.
Yeah, I only see the French artillery firing, which I think is kind of a bad sign for the Germans.
The others are also firing, but if I make the smoke there, I can't see anything else in that combat, and yeah, that's not good.
Okay, I didn't see that. I was asked if they're firing, and I told right now they seized.
That is basically correct because they get seized. Bad word.
Yeah.
But not.
Yeah, man, that
not
artillery
wrong.
up there.
Not
that artillery
wrong.
up there is really working, huh?
Yeah, that is really working, and the dice are against the Prussians. The blue dice are winning.
Oh, wait, I see that.
That is not good for them. That is not good.
I had a little hope for the north, but since Henry Worth moved down south to Camberg.
Yeah.
It's not even get there in time either, man. Like he's gonna get there once they've been destroyed, and now he has like the entire French army that he has to.
They're just gonna turn to him, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's force marching.
Destroyed.
Yeah, there's they just finishing up the whole Prussian army down there.
Oh, they don't
They're
even
gonna be
need
like,
to wait.
oh wait.
Ney and the guards haven't done anything yet, so they can just turn right if they see anything of this.
Man.
It's gonna be bad.
I mean, now they're gonna. Oh, wait. Yeah, they could see him actually.
There's definitely an appeal to umpiring these, being like getting to watch the players, like they're acting, based on what they think is going on, and we're able to see how effective or ineffective it's going to be.
Wait, the guard down there, is actually not able to see the units up there because he's out of range. It's like 2-something kilometers.
Oh yeah, none of them can actually see it. He's just beyond their line of sight. Do you want us to let them see it just to get some more action, James?
So let both sides know. So they wouldn't see it, but say that their outer skirmishers or pickets report seeing Prussian troops to the east, And same for Württemberg. Say his skirmishers see a long French column, head marching
A
northwest
really
or
long
whatever.
French column,
Yeah.
like really long.
The north has collapsed.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I come up just to see a man all broken. Holy
Yeah.
moly.
Yeah. We got
Ah,
about one, maybe probably one more turn. So it's 11:30.
Okay, so we'll end the game right after Murat's dispatch from like the third turn finally reaches the north. Or he sent the
James,
dispatch at like 10 o'clock.
I would really like to see what happens down there in the south. Like at least have them engaged and see what happens in one round at least.
Yeah, we'll see what their orders are.
James, for ruling wise, should I let them all break those Prussian units, or should they surrender, especially the cannons?
Cannons are probably captured and mostly broken. Normally, I do like if 4 or 5 break, I'll have 1 captured to represent the prisoners. Yeah.
Wait, actually, Murat can just barely see one of the Prussian dragoons over here. But that's it.
That works.
All right. The combat at the south is done, right?
Yep, that's done.
Okay. Time for the screenshot.
I guess one not broken artillery piece would stay there?
I would surrender if I
If
was
they're
them.
not broken, they would be fleeing.
Either surrender or flee. Yeah.
I guess the commanders would also flee at this point. There. Okay, this guy is there.
All right. This is it's 11:30, right?
Yep.
And wait. Okay, King William. Does he still live? Like I have a dispatch for him.
Yeah, he's alive. He ran away. Bravely ran away.
Does the dispatch find him?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. William, there he is. Wait, I'm gonna wait for your screenshot and then I'm gonna send the dispatch.
You can just deliver it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Has the smoke settled down at the north? Can they see better?
What time is it now?
It's 11:30,
11:30.
right?
Thank you.
Oh, can someone lower the... Wait, how do you do this? Just press the key 3? Yeah, that works.
Alright, I'm gonna go get my orders. Alright, General Lan, you push your men to march swiftly, over a hill and down the other side and into the rear of Prussians trying to get away but not moving quite as quickly. You catch the tail end of their column and are engaging now. Not very far to the east, you see Prince Hohenlohe himself in the midst of a heavy fight. He's got a few divisions being charged by masses of tens of thousands of French cavalry, with more forces arriving over time. And that's it. What are your orders?
Okay, I'd like 1st Division to charge the Advanced Division. It looks like there's already a melee developing. 2nd Division, I want to charge I will join them, and I want to go and try and capture the prince.
Okay.
I'd like my hussars to come forward and join 1st Division in their attack against the advanced division, and I'd like the artillery just to keep coming up the road.
All right. Got it. Thank you. All right, General Augereau, you are now entering the town of Apolda. Fortunately, the Prussian cuirassiers have retreated north and relieved your hussars, who are now with you. You can see Augereau is on the march to your east. Oh, did I give you an update screenshot? Yeah. So Augereau is to your east, battling some Prussians, and ahead, crossing the stream a good distance away, more elements of Hohenlohe's army, and King William is with them. Got spotted by your scouts. It appears from your forward pickets that Ruschel has crossed the river Ulm. I think it's Ulm. Maybe it's Ilm. I don't know. And are deploying on the opposite banks in a defensive posture.
Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. I want. Let's see. I want 1st Division to deploy to the east side of Apolda and move against the flanks of those advanced divisions that are holding up Lens. And then 2nd Division, I'd like to form a line going on the east side of, like northeast side of Apolda, facing towards the Prussian commander, and our artillery, I would like to get up to the front as quickly as possible and start firing into those positions from within Apolda. And then the hussars, I need to cover our left flank, our left rear, basically, and just intercept anything that might try to come from that direction.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, General Soult, you order your men to advance in column, which they do. It's quite a bit of a jumble ahead as...
I think we have managed to screw this up. I think we've created a giant traffic jam.
You have done so. The Emperor Napoleon himself is riding with some cavalry, his guard hussars, and crossing your path, preventing your movement. Despite all this, it looks like a lot of fighting ahead that's not involving your corps, but it seems to be going well for those who are involved.
So my hussars are in contact with a broken crosshair. Would they capture them, or are they still putting
They
up a
are
fight?
in the process of slaughtering / capturing / chasing them.
Got it. Because I'm wondering if you did that, or should I have them turn and hit that 4 fatigue infantry in the flank?
Mm-hmm.
If they're still capture the hussars first. We're going to continue north. We'll assume Napoleon will eventually get out of our way. I would like my 1st Division to angle to my left in that open space between the hussars and behind Lan's infantry that's in column ahead of them, just to open up some space for the other guys.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, that's it. Let's just keep after them. And hopefully we don't stab any of our French countrymen in the back.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks, James.
All right, King William, you escape to safety as Hohenlohe remains behind and seems to be caught in a fight with the French. You're just now crossing the river Ilm and to safety. The the player who plays Rushel disappeared.
Yeah, he left.
So you've got his command too as well. I gave it in your screenshot. Basically, his report is his corps has safely escaped and retreated across the river and is deploying defensively to guard that crossing. And you're with about half of Hohenlohe's army about to do the same on this side.
You win some, you lose some, and then you decisively lose some, and then there are disasters. This is definitely the latter category. This is honestly tricky. On the one hand, I can, if that's Ojorov's command, Taco Ruth is to continue to deploy defensively along the river, covering the river crossings. Their cuirassiers are to cross as well. What do I do? I continue withdrawing as initially ordered, defending the river crossing, and then my advanced division continues. My advanced division is to continue withdrawing unless Hohenlohe issues orders for him to do something else. As for where I shall withdraw, I shall form a defensive line from Auerstadt to the river crossing I'm currently at. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Honestly, this may be the most decisive defeat I've been inflicted upon as CIC yet. All right, that.
Okay, I think I got your orders. Thank you. All right, Prince Hohenlohe. Desperate situation turns dire. As the king escapes north, you are overseeing the rear guard, and it's not looking pretty. The French cavalry charge in from the east with devastating assaults. Your men form square and are fighting them, but they are many. Your cuirassiers to the south have broken, and your first division, parts of your first division, is near breaking as well. And what's worse is Lan's corps is moving on your rear and threatening to completely cut you off. In fact, you're not quite sure you could get out even if you wanted to. I see your orders about getting out what they can. They will do their best. You do receive word that the rest of your army out of your screenshot is crossing the river and safely deploying on the other side. So I'll follow your orders. Thank you. That one took longer.
James, I have a question. Dawood ordered a very, very complicated maneuver to a division that is engaged in melee fighting.
No, it won't. If it's in melee, it's just gonna keep doing that till something breaks.
Okay.
James, I want to let you know, Murat is in the fighting. He's at the very front. He's leading the charge into Hohen and his infantry division here. He was very adamant that he is at the front fighting, and he has sent the cuirassier here to intercept what he thought was a cuirassier, but it is that second infantry division.
Okay.
Yeah, the second infantry division was to form square exactly. If any.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
No. If any infantry, any cavalry was sighted, they were to form square.
Yeah. Ney had sent his corps and column towards that village that the Prussians have currently occupied, and they had been ordered to break into line if they came into contact. So, yeah, the first division is getting into line here, and he is with the second division. The guard was just to continue moving towards. I can't. It's covered by the purple arrow. That village there.
Yeah, wait. I'm going to remove it.
Stobra. He was moving towards there in column. And Napoleon's hussars were to attack the cuirassier if it was stuck there, and move in towards to intercept Cohen.
The artillery up there is firing as well. It's set up and it's firing.
Let me put a smoke on.
Oh, let me get the smoke for you then.
I got it.
Oh. I feel bad for that French. No, is that a Prussian cuirassier or a French one in the purple circle?
That's a Prussian one.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say if that was a French one, I'd feel really bad for them.
I feel the purple circle. Who's umpiring that one? I circled it because there was no move in the last 2 rounds. Because he left. Russia left.
Williams got it, and I'm good. I already did it.
Okay. Do you want me to form them in like a line, like next to the river?
Who?
The one in the pink circle.
They're fine as they are.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, not much the Prussians can do at this point, honestly.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I'd say Murat is very bit suicidal at the moment. I told him that his troops were warning him of a Russian column behind what he thought was dragoons, and he just said to send the cuirassiers in anyways.
Hey, who's rolling that badly for the Prussians? Come on.
Sorry, they form square, got hit by infantry, and then have cuirassiers charging them in the flank. So.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, we'll do. It's 11:35.
The advanced division was to move into position if the second division if anyone would break.
Okay. So let's go ahead and do screenshots. We'll get orders for this last turn and then process them, and then we'll bring everyone to the lobby at that point. So we'll do 12 o'clock update. So
no more turns after the screenshot.
Yeah, but don't tell the players that because they always do dumb things when what's the last turn? Oh, and Murat got injured, by the way. Let him know. That's what that.
Kalkroyd is basically they get charged by hussars, those broken units. Do I just all give them surrendered status, or?
Where? Sorry, up north?
Yeah, totally up north.
If they're getting charged by hussars while broken, yeah, make them just surrendered.
Alright, it's 12.
And what I we do with the commander also surrender?
If he's with them, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, it's 12 now, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's.
Okay, yeah, up there everyone surrendered, I guess.
So let's make screenshots here.
All right, General
Wait, James,
Lund.
I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Can you come back to the umpire voice channel for a second?
Sure.
Just 1 second, sorry. Wait, so what happened to Murat so I can tell him? Because I see there's a 3 on him. So like,
Yeah,
was he injured?
he got
or was
injured in the charge. You can describe it however you want, but
How badly was he injured?
I guess that's up to you. It'd be a pretty bad injury. Let him. He can't move around anymore.
Okay, thank you.
All right, General Lund. Your men charge forward, breaking one division and assisting with capturing 2 or 3 more, including Prince Hohenlohe himself. Yeah.
Okay.
Good job.
Thank you. I'd like 1st Division to keep pressing the advance guard even though they're broken, and I want the Hussars to swing forward to see if they can cut off their retreat. I'd like 2nd Division to form up again on the road and try and keep going north and see if they can get around the 1st Division and the advance guard to keep on the tail of the remaining Prussians.
Got it. Thank you. All right, General Ojiro, your divisions arrive at Apolda and start deploying east to north as ordered. Scouts, there's still lots of fighting going on to the east, and scouts report that Hohenlohe and Ruchel's corps are holding the crossings at the river, as you can see.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let me just take a quick look at the bigger map and. All right. In this exact moment, I want the 2nd Division to shift left and forward just in front of where the Hussars are facing north. 1st Division, I want to wheel basically up, so it's also facing north. And the gap between the 2 of them, I want the artillery to fill in that gap and start counter battery fire on that battery that I see at the river crossing. And if Lan's corps on my right, if that situation resolves itself and they get reorganized, I want the corps to start shifting left towards that town that is just on the edge. Let's see if that even has a name. It does not have a name. That nameless town, I want them to start shifting in that direction with the intent of crossing there.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, General Soult. The fight before you continues to go well for the French. Your corps does its best to maneuver around all the cavalry moving about. The 1st Division's kind of getting on the left behind Lan. To the east, you hear new sounds of fighting, and indeed, with your spyglass, can see Prussians battling with Ney's corps over there. And it looks like Hohenlohe himself and much of his divisions have been captured to your north.
It looks like the fighting to my north has died down. Or do I hear more sounds of fighting?
It's more east,
north
more east than north, yeah.
Okay, so more east. So more Renee is going off. All right, we're going to break off. I don't think there's anybody left to fight due to my north, and we're going to move to support Ney's right flank as he kind of goes in line against the Prussians.
All right.
That makes sense?
It does.
But it may not make sense. Is it clear?
Both. All right. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right, King William. So what remains of Hohenloh's army deploys across the river. Not quite reaching to Eberstadt yet, but you can see the advanced division, a bit disorganized, coming down the road towards you. And Rusho's corps is deploying as well. Lots of fighting to the south.
Yeah.
What are your orders?
Okay, so Rochelle, I just posted them in William. The Cuirassiers, along with First Division, along with one half unit of First Division and one half unit of Advanced Division, they'll go to the other river crossing right where my arrow is pointing, right to the left of my
Yeah, I see.
set. I bet that the Hussars will try to cross. So the Cuirassiers are to resist them, and they are to form a defensive line there, where the infantry are in front and the Cuirassiers are in the rear to help charge. And along with Rochelle, she'll move somewhere in between the middle so that I can see both. In addition, we are just redeploying. Troops. We're centering my troops shall deploy better such that the cannon can open fire on the road and deploy better along the river. And then my weakened 2 advanced division shall retreat as reserve. In addition, is there a road in between us?
Between where?
Rochelle and I.
Yeah.
Is that the... Oh, geez. And then in addition, 3rd Division, our flank, shall go and cover that road.
Okay. Got it, thank you. Prince Hohenlohe, unfortunately you have been captured along with 3 of your divisions. This game's almost over, so we'll go over it in a minute.
All right. And my units are done. Anyone rolling for my artillery firing? My artillery, I say the Prussian artillery in bottom south, right?
I'm rolling all that now.
Okay. Can you just explain to me, like, while you're doing it right now? I just want to, like.
Yeah. All right. So this artillery is not in range of anyone. So first, I'm gonna move them up. We'll do this one. This artillery is shooting at the cavalry. It's within half a kilometer. So let's see. So it's just a -1 penalty because it's artillery, which a 2 usually means nothing, but in this case I'm going to just give a 2 to make it mean something.
The guard artillery to the left there has unlimbered.
Okay. And then so they're in square formation, they're charging, so they get +2. No, they don't get +2 because it's for square, so they're going to get 1 disruption from that, and then they're going to give, because they're in square, it's +1 back, so that's only 1 disruption back. Then these guys are advancing with artillery shooting at them, but they're not in range yet, so the artillery does nothing.
Yeah, the guard divisions are seeking engagement here.
Okay. And
this one's kind of like trying to wrap around to the flank.
these ones are battling, so I'm just going to roll simple d6 on each side. So the French side takes 1 disruption for that. And this side, the French side takes 2 disruption because it's a 5. And the Prussians take 1 disruption because it's a 3. Now we got the dragoons attacking these guys, so they're going to form square. We'll give them 2 disruption, and then they're going to do double 6s.
Ew.
Broken back. And then these guys are fighting artillery +2 infantry, so I'm just going to roll 3.
Both of these artilleries are firing.
Okay. So 4. So they're probably not going to last long. But so that would be
Miraculous adjustable 4-1s.
3 disruptions, and then they're going to do 1 back. So that's, I'm just going to split that between these 2, and that's about it.
All right, do you want to do another turn, or is this the end?
No, that's it.
Okay.
So
Yeah, and there's no way they can recover from this.
let's go ahead, bring everyone into the lobby.
Oh, I think it's been called, buddy.
Wow.
Oh, I
Oops.
see.
Oh Lord.
Hello.
All right. I think we got everyone. Welcome. Thanks everyone for playing. So let's do my normal spiel. Napoleon, how do you think you're doing? J-Rock?
Oh, we're definitely winning. Yeah.
Okay. King William, what do you think?
We definitely lost a good portion of our army, but I think most of the rest of Hohenlohe's and Rochelle's army will be able to successfully withdraw. It's a question of how the North went to see how this battle is. So it's either a defeat or a draw, depending on how the North went.
Okay. Well, all right, so I'll give an overview, and then I'll let all the umpires share their spiel. So this wasn't the Battle of Jena, Auerstadt. It was the Battle of Apolda. I don't know. What was it? Where was the main fighting around over here?
Oh Lord.
It's still near
Bendorf?
Auerstadt. There's Auerstadt right there.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Maybe still Auerstadt. So, in the south, the Prussians, so Hohenlohe started around here, and Ruchel over here. The French had 2 corps already across, and then 3 more corps coming from the east. In the north, Brunswick was here-ish, and he had Ruchel, no, not Ruchel, he had Kakelruth nearby, and then Württemberg close by. So it was a little bit different in that Württemberg was actually in this battle. He wasn't historically. So the Prussians had a leg up there. But then also, of course, Bernadotte was available in the battle but didn't help Davout. But in this battle, Bernadotte was coming from Naumburg and marched pretty quickly to help Davout, and Davout started here. So mostly historical deployments, except both sides had a little bit more forces available than historically. In the south, the Prussians basically spent almost the entire game retreating northward. So Hohenlohe went that way, and Ruchel came up this way. All the French were trying to get them engaged, and just they kept kiting and falling back, and so there wasn't too much decisive until Murat came through Dornberg and then over here on the east and hit the rear end of Hohenlohe's column, and then that got decisive. And at the very end, Hohenlohe and 3 divisions were captured. The rest of Hohenlohe, about half of Hohenlohe's army, made it safely across the River Ilm, as did Ruchel's corps. They're starting to get engaged by Augereau now, but they should be able to hold there at least for a while, but a much smaller force than it was. A lot of people had Marching Simulator awards this game, but I think Duke Henry of Württemberg probably got the most. He marched all the way from up here, all the way down here, and by the time he arrived, he found Ney, who hadn't fought yet, and attacked him. And so now he's fighting the French Imperial Guard and Ney, and then Soult's coming up in the rear. And so he's doing he's got 2 divisions, or 1 division and a squadron routed, but he's going to be in trouble here in the next 1 to 2 hours fighting on his own. So that's not good. And then in the north, I didn't do Langbart handled that combat, so I won't comment too much except to say that I think Brunswick, it looks like, got routed pretty badly. Um, so Davout and Bessier, or not Bessier, sorry, Bernadotte fought. Seems like fought well together, and as they did historically, or at least Davout did historically, won a decisive win against the main Prussian force up north. So a very different battle than historical in that the Prussians were trying to retreat. I think trying to get to safety here a bit more concentrated behind the river. It didn't quite work out as Hohenlohe got caught out by the French cavalry and then surrounded. And then just as it was historically, the forces in the north got beaten again. And they probably would have benefited by having Württemberg support them in the north rather than trying to come south, because that basically wasted that force in the long march, and they arrived too late to do any good and are now facing overwhelming forces. So, decisive French victory as it was historically. Very fun game. We had 2 new umpires, so really appreciate you guys helping. And so let's hear from them, and then we'll hear from all the players.
Should I make the start for the Northern Combat?
Yep, go for it, Langbart.
Great. So I had Brunswick and Kalkschreutz on the Prussian side, and they did well. They positioned themselves well, but they were really unlucky when it came to it. I also had the Davout and his second in command, but Davout twice. And they were very defensive. They held their hill. Let me mark it. They held this position basically, and sent up some hussars to scout out the Prussian position at Genstadt. Kalkschreutz marched north towards Spielberg and took up position on the hill. His downfall was that he was not fast enough, because Bernadotte was really, really rushing over here. And the hussars beat them to north of Hohendorf. And so a 2-front war started up here. While that was going on, Brunswick had his guns in the south on those hills at Gernstadt, but they were out of range for most of the game, so they did very little, while Davout positioned his grand battery with the help of the guns of Bernadotte right here, and they could just fire down the side of the Prussian line. That was very devastating, and then Bernadotte charged in, and yeah, then they got unlucky, the Prussians, very much here. After that first big loss for them, it was basically done. Brunswick did his best to organize a retreat and consolidate his position. The routing units of Kalkschreutz were then charged by hussars and infantry, and yeah, that was the end of that force. If Henry would have stayed up here, it could have been decisive, because then the Prussians would have a 3-2 advantage.
Yep.
So
He marched.
I had a lot of fun, and my players did very well. The French just had the luck of the dice. And
All right, thank you.
Curious, James, by how much did the French outnumber us?
I don't even know. You can kind of see it here. I mean, you were definitely outnumbered in the south for sure. Pretty good bit. In the north, they had the numerical advantage with Württemberg, but as mentioned, that was lost. All right, the other 2 umpires. So we'll do. I'm missing one. We'll start with XDX.
So what am I supposed to say here?
Just any comments, any observations? How's your players do? Anything comical that happened? Stuff like that.
I was really concerned that Murat wasn't going to get much gameplay when he first got sent up north from his starting position along the riverbank here towards Dornberg. I thought he was going to kind of go on a mad dash up towards Camberg for a while. Similar to what happened to Henry, but in reverse. They would just kind of pass by each other. But no, at Dornberg, he was able to turn around, and I was really surprised to see how decisive of a role he played here in the capture of and he was actually the one to cut them off when the king, William III, was retreating. His actual attempt was to attack William III, but he was unable to catch him in time, only able to cut off what you see here with his horse artillery. So that was very interesting to see. Yeah, a lot of marching simulator for the most part, as James called it. Ney kind of spent most of his game marching as well throughout. The riverbank here up towards Dornberg and then turning west as well. That's where the direction of the guard took. He took the ridge up here, but very little combat was kind of seen by my guys up until the very end when Murat found the Prussians here. But Ney got just a little taste here, breaking a single dragoon with the guard at the very end.
All right, thank you. Then the other umpire, Lukey.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So Rochelle had a really quick retreat up in the north as he got word of the lines not being able to hold over here. So once he moved past the lines and the king started falling back as well, he managed to cross the river and set up a position there. Only real contact he had up to then was with his cavalry down here, where he got charged. The king ordered him to leave the cavalry as defending the back. Up in the north, well, Henry really went and had a nice walk all the way over here. Sent some infantry out to scout. He was fearing possible enemy movement from the west. Was really prepared for it. However, it never came. Then he got word of the army down south and the battle that was going on. He forced marched his units down to the south, started getting a position up here, and the moment he ordered his troops to set up and push forward, he gets a note saying the battle is lost. Yeah, and then up in the north as well, just the sheer force pushing into the Prussians up here. Just straight one volley, two volleys, and then straight into melee fight. The artillery from up here providing really important aid, and yeah, that was about it.
All right, thank you. I appreciate your help umpiring. All right, I'm working down the list. Ojiro.
It was great. Very tense for me anyway. Because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know where anyone was at, and so I just kept picturing invisible Prussians just lurking on the other side of a hill to my northwest. And I'm just like, okay, I'm going to get behind somebody, somewhere, at some point. And that carried me all the way through this.
Yeah, I don't think you actually fought too much in the end, but you're in a good position at the very end. All right, Count von Kakelruth.
Right. Was the reserve division in the north. The plan was to try and hold a line from Hohendorf to Spielberg on that hill there. We got there pretty much at the same time the French did, and they just ploughed straight through us. I think our infantry held for one turn, and then just broke. There wasn't really much we could do. Württemberg tried to push across with his infantry and relieve some of the pressure, but it also got beaten back. So yeah, we tried. I think it was just the luck was not on our side. So we had a bad time with it. But other than that, it was a good plan. I think there wasn't anything we could have really done much better in hindsight. So yeah.
All right. Davu.
All right. So we arrived, and we were already on the hill, and we first turn we saw that there was a cuirassier. We had been given orders to attack southwest by Napoleon to start the game, but we saw a cuirassier, and we thought that was very strange. We anticipated that there was already enemy in our vicinity, so I elected not to advance too rapidly. I held the hill near Hausenhausen until Bernadotte came up, which was in like a turn or two. And by that point, we had a better idea of what was happening. We knew that there were some artillery on Gernstadt Hill, and then we knew that there was probably a corps moving through Benedorf or something large. So we came up with a pretty quick plan. Bernadotte, myself, and Davu too. He gave me his guns, and we kind of concentrated into a central battery where we would occupy a central position. We knew there was some infantry south of Benendorf, so we were going to move up and shoot them. And Bernadotte would sweep north and then south through Spielberg into Benendorf, while I kind of acted as a anvil for him to. I would fix, he would strike. It worked exceptionally well because the Prussians started advancing through Spielberg as Bernadotte's attack started forming up, and we started hitting them in the flank with artillery, and we shot them in the flank with artillery for about 3 turns, while Bernadotte was able to just smash through them. So they were really getting overwhelmed by a crossfire that they just didn't have the ability to answer quickly enough. They eventually did send about 2 divisions at us over the river towards our gun line, but we countered that with my reserves because I had most of my corps in reserve still, because we were anticipating more enemies still. We knew we were fighting about 2 corps, but we expected maybe a third would show up. But then we learned that the enemy, Bernadotte's attack was extremely successful, so we knew the enemy was in a bad way. And my hussars, who had been observing the enemy around the Gernstadt Hill, learned that they had moved away from there. And as you can see here, towards the end of the game, I'm pushing about a full division, our hussars, and Bernadotte's artillery, which I have stolen, onto the Gernstadt Hill, from which I guess I would either completely destroy Brunswick or continue our southwest offensive as Napoleon ordered. And I guess it's only 12 o'clock, so we would still have time to come and show up for the rest of the battle.
The Prussians moved themselves closer to you conveniently.
Yes.
Davu 2. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Davu 2. Achilles?
Nothing to add really to that. He said it pretty succinctly. So the hammer and anvil style of it really worked extremely well, because using the Bernadotte's batteries in conjunction with Davu's batteries and having them where they were located just was great, because we were able to pivot those batteries to fire into the flank of the approaching Prussians towards Spielberg. And then once that force started to be routed and shattered up there, we could switch the Davu's batteries to fire at the guys that were coming at us across the river, and send Bernadotte's batteries to reinforce the drive towards Gernstadt. So at some point the Prussians were going to need to fly out of there, because they were about to get double enveloped. So yeah. But otherwise, yeah, that was about it. It was great. Had a great time. Thanks for letting me play, James.
All right, Duke of Brunswick. Art.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
We had about the opposite time compared to the French. Sounds like we both had the same plan, and I can't really add anything else any more than Hawkeye said. We were going to just flank from the north. The one mistake that I did make was I positioned my artillery too far south. But I actually don't think it would have made a difference. As far as I'm concerned, me and Hawkeye are concerned, our soldiers were made out of paper for this battle. They literally folded in like half an hour. So I don't really see, even with Eugene, the Württemberg, who was in the rear, I don't think he would have arrived in time to make any difference. All he would have been doing is probably got swamped by the continued French attack rather than going south. So it was literally that decisive. So well done to the French. I don't really think, I don't think there's anything else we could have done, frankly. That's all for me, and I'm off to bed now, folks. So good night, everyone. Oh, good morning, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Art. All right, King William III.
First, before I go into the battle, let me explain my plan, because I won't be surprised if there are a lot of French here wondering what the hell we were doing. So, knowing my history regarding the Battle of Jena Auerstadt, and just even looking at number of players, it was clear that the French would overwhelm us in terms of numbers this battle. And I was looking at Jena, and with Jena River, the river near Jena already being breached, and knowing that we could not cover every avenue, such as Dornberg and whatnot, the initial plan was to completely withdraw, do a withdrawal battle with Rochelle and Hohenlohe. Meanwhile, I'm tired. Meanwhile, Brunswick and Kakelruth engaged Davout and Prussian. The final in Württemberg, he was ordered to go to Sulza and with his cavalry check where Bernadotte is. If he did not, because although I wanted to send Bernadotte, sorry, I keep tripping over words. Although I wanted to send Württemberg into the north immediately, one of my greatest fears was that I did not know where Bernadotte was coming from. I did not know if he would support Davout immediately or cross Camberg to hit Sulza or something. So Württemberg was first to go to Sulza, figure out where Bernadotte is. And if he can't see Bernadotte for a while near Camberg, he was then supposed to march north in order to help Kakelruth and Brunswick destroy Davout. And meanwhile, the rest of the army to the south would withdraw in good order. A few problems occurred with that plan. First of all, regarding the withdrawal, I didn't just want to withdraw. I had a quite detailed plan, actually, of ambushing the French at the line from Wirksenheiligen to Stabra, with Hohenlohe, right when Rochelle arrives at Wirksenheiligen Auerstadt. What I wanted was that I knew the French would want to pin us down to make sure that we fight. So I wanted to seemingly retreat. And I thought, and the reasoning behind this thinking was that I thought the French only had only one corps already crossed. So then we'd hold at Wirksenheiligen to Stabra, let the French come in, and right then Rochelle would arrive at the flank at Wirksenheiligen and Auerstadt, and whatever one corps is there, we would destroy and defeat in detail before continuing to withdraw north. The problem that occurred, as said, I thought only one corps would be across the river to make it a little more fair. I did not think two corps would already be across, and everything was going well until when I was with Rochelle, we saw French cuirassiers on the route de Weimar. So they flanked us just south of Auerstadt because they sent a force that way. Maybe this was just a scouting party. I don't know. But that scared us because any force that we would get in our ambush, Ruchel himself would be flanked by the rear. So then that is when we issued our retreat north. That is when confusion began. Because I was with Ruchel, he knew immediately to retreat north, but unfortunately not Hohenlohe. So he waited 1 or 2 turns, by which time I went to Hohenlohe. He waited first 1 turn, and then I went to Hohenlohe to tell him, hey, we need to retreat. And then because of an orders miscommunication, we accidentally held another turn. So that wasted valuable time. We were able to retreat. If we just retreated without that, I think there would have been a chance we could have retreated with our entire army. And yeah, and then the other issue, as said, I think, like, in my mind, there was absolutely no way that we would be able to win here in the South. It was just impossible in my mind. So I'm just like, we're using this time to retreat, and in good order. And sure enough, the French had overwhelming amount of force, and I just wanted to make sure that everyone concentrates in the north. Unfortunately, that did not happen, and Württemberg got confused regarding his orders, which happens. And as said, the reason why we didn't have Württemberg immediately commit is that we had no clue where Bernadotte was coming. And that's one of the advantages the French had, because most deployments were historical, except for Bernadotte. So we had zero clue where the hell he was coming from. And the greatest fear, I said, is that he would cross Camberg and then either be able to march on me with the flank, or simply march into Sulza while Hohenlohe and Ruchel are from Eberstedt to Mattstedt, and Brunswick and everyone else is fighting in the north, just severely compromising their flank. So that's why Württemberg was initially ordered to hold in the reserve in Sulza, and then just some bad miscommunications led to what you see now. So good job to the French. Honestly, very good job. But I'm going to I'm just going to say this now, not discrediting the French in any way. This was an absolutely crushing victory by the French. I don't see how exactly we were supposed to win this, on reflection. But I think the magnitude with which we lost is completely attributed to just how well the French did, especially in the north. I was shocked to see the results in the north. I mean, that is just impressive. But as said, I don't know what more, aside from better communication, we could have done regarding. Like, if I held, Murat would have still flanked us in Dornberg.
Okay, I'm going to cut you off because that's pretty late for a lot of people.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, Lon,
Sorry.
everyone else try and take just a minute or two on how it went for you. So, Lon?
Okay, yeah, I can go pretty quickly. I was the advance guard. I had another 2 corps that I kind of was giving command over, and we pretty much were just the ones chasing the southern Prussian army. It was pretty much just a repeat of we'd come to a hill, the Prussians would be stopped on top of the hill. We would get more of our troops to arrive, and then the Prussians would retreat, and then we'd come to the next hill, and the situation would repeat again until finally the cavalry caught up with us and were able to pin down a portion of the Prussians. I think you guys were right to retreat because Azuro was to your southeast, or southwest, sorry. And part of our plans were definitely to use him to try and get behind you to cut.
Southwest where?
Southwest towards, I'm sorry, could you zoom out on the map a little bit, James? I can't remember the names. I think he was near Kappendorf at a certain point.
Yeah.
And then he was supposed to just kind of do this loop up towards Apulia to try and
Yeah, that's
fend you
basically
guys
that's it
off.
exactly. I got on the road thinking that you guys were all that the Prussian army was mostly to the northwest, and so I just kept moving further and further northwest, and then hearing the battle and occasionally seeing a single cavalry unit, and then turning a little bit and just kept almost getting in the flank and almost getting in the flank again and again and again.
Yeah, and I think you would have, Azuro, if I had been more decisive in pinning down the Prussians. I think there was a few opportunities I had where maybe I could have sacrificed a division or two just to get it into a pitched battle.
All right, Bernadotte.
I had fun. I got to make a core-sized assault column and attack people with it. 10 out of 10 would repeat. On a serious note, it was really, really nice to meet MDHR as my umpire. I don't think we met before, so great job to you. Thank you for all your hard work, and thanks everybody for running it.
Thank you, Napoleon.
Yes, it was a beautiful game. My team did well. We adapted as we needed to adapt. Marat, MVP. I basically had him to want to be a diversion going towards Camberg so he could display himself. After the guard and Ney were to stop off at Dornberg, we set the rally point for Apolda. Everybody was to meet back up at Apolda, and that was just going to be the decisive place. But when we saw that the enemy was displayed nearer south of the Apolda, I told Marat to then discard that scout mission and come in and seek and destroy with vigor. I just let him go loose. So that's why he got called in when he did. And I wish I would have called him in a turn earlier, so we would have been able to catch a good bit more of your force. But you know, I didn't want to be snuck up on, as we ended up being in the end. But we were ready to receive them. So all in all, it was good, at least on our end.
All right, Nay.
Yeah, a bit more marching simulator. I was with the Imperial Guard under the Emperor's eye. Started near Jena, marched across, then up over the ridge, and was sort of desperately trying to find a way to pitch into the Prussian flank, but never could quite manage it until suddenly Prussians show up on the east for me to fight, which was quite nice. Only before I could actually manage to do it, the game ended. So, well, I guess I'll have to simulate it in the afternoon.
All right, Prince Henry, Duke of Württemberg.
So again, I also had a marching simulator. I feel like I most likely had the most marching. So again, I was ordered to kind of like protect the Franks by Suna and then scout around Cambridge. So I spent a lot of time in that center plateau trying to see if the French were going to come and attack us on our flank. I think one thing that really hindered me was the terrain I had to go through Auerstadt to Sula was very hilly. So it really took me a long time to even get into my starting position. And when I got on the plateau, I was like constantly sending out dispatches for any information to what I was doing, and I was getting report to if I don't see any forces to push south, and then I got reports to no, push north, but I was already heading south. So it was like I was getting, due to the distance, I was getting like information too late to make proper decisions. So at one point I'm like, okay, I'm closer south. I'm going to continue south to see if I could support in any which way in the south. And when I did, I just arrived too late because I was too worried about anything coming by Cambridge, and it was just so many confusing
reports that I was getting, or the lack of in some situations, that I was like confused at some point or worried that the French were still coming. So that's why I kind of split my forces at one point, that I sent a small force by Cambridge to hope if they found something to then I could consolidate there, and then I sent another force south to see what area I could find somebody and then consolidate. And then when I saw that I could consolidate around Dubra, is when I force marched my units in the north south to try to help. But again, when I reached there is when I got told that the battle was lost and that my friendly forces had already pushed north. So yeah, so it was pretty much a lot of marching and then hoping to find something.
Yeah, sorry about that. Everyone, there's a lot more marching this game than normal.
On behalf of Prince Hohenlohe, I will just read what he said.
Okay, go for it.
Good game to the French. I essentially admitted defeat after Murat charge. There was a bit of confusion in the beginning that slowed us a bit, but I will take responsibility for that. Hohenlohe, no need, first of all. Anyway, as I will admit that my instructions were not that good. And I also want to apologize to the king, it's fine, and the rest of the team for that mistake. I expected larger enemy forces, but not that overwhelming. Just when you thought that was it, more would emerge. I joined slightly later in the event, so I had a bit of catching up to do, but we managed to put a plan together. But it definitely did not survive any form of contact with the enemy. Skullface. Fair play to the French. You guys did very well and give honor to the Grande Armée legacy. Thanks to the Empires, and I again want to apologize for the confusion earlier in the game. Thanks, James, for adding me in the game. I still had a great time and learned a lot. Thumbs up.
All right, thank you. Oh, hello. All right, Sult.
Had a great time. Want to thank the new umpires. Always nice to have new umpires. Really appreciate you guys, putting in the effort to do that. Since I think I'm the last one, great game. I think on the French, the only thing we probably could have done a little bit better is practice better traffic management. As when we got to kind of the critical point with Hohenzollern, we had four forces kind of colliding with one another that we probably could have been a little more judicious in how we used it. But that's just looking for a criticism as opposed to a major one. So great game. Nice job, Napoleon.
Thank you. All right. Well, I'm glad everyone had fun, even if it was more marching simulator than I'd hoped. We'll see you guys. I've got a kid's birthday and then a vacation, so the next game will be in 3 weeks. Actually, we'll be doing the Battle of Dresden, so a little bit of a break for me. So we'll see you then, and thanks everyone. You're welcome to stick around and hang out. I'm gonna stop the recording and have a good night
Thank you.
or a good morning.
All right.